Well, if you haven't seen it already, Georgia will play Cincinnati in the Peach Bowl, a New Year's Six bowl game. Georgia is one of a handful of teams in the last 4 years who have gone to the New Year's Six every single year. That's Georgia, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Ohio State. So those four teams have played in the New Year's Six every year. And Georgia will take on Cincinnati, an at-large, a full qualifier from the American Athletic Conference, the champions of that league, an undefeated Cincinnati team that's in the top 10. Let's talk about it a little further. Dean Legge from Dog Post, making you a smarter Georgia fan. This is a bowl game that we expected to see coming for Georgia. It came down to Georgia getting into this game, the Cotton Bowl or the Orange Bowl, and as soon as Clemson won yesterday, the Orange Bowl was pretty much out of the way for the Dogs. And even then, Florida probably would have still gone. But you talk about playing in the Peach Bowl, a game that has grown up before our eyes. This was not a high-level bowl game 30 years ago, and then it slowly crept its way up to becoming a big deal. And now it's as important as any other bowl game in America. You look at the Fiesta Bowl, this is a better matchup than the Fiesta Bowl. You look at the Orange Bowl, this is probably a better matchup than the Orange Bowl. I'm not sure it's a better matchup than the Cotton Bowl with the Gators and Sooners, but about the only thing you could have gotten better than this matchup, and it would not have happened in the Peach Bowl, would have been Georgia, Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl. So this is a game where Georgia really needs to take Cincinnati seriously. They are a good team. I've watched them a lot. A friend of mine, Fletcher Page, covered the Bearcats for some time, and the quarterback is legitimately good. He's a guy that you're going to need to watch and pay attention to. The opening line for this game is not out yet. Oklahoma is slightly favored over the Gators, which, considering how many guys are going to opt out for Florida in that game, that makes sense to me. I think this game will be somewhere around Georgia 7 to 10 point favorite. 7 would seem a little low the way Georgia's scoring right now, but I'm eager to see this game, and there's a couple of reasons why. First of all, Georgia's got a lot to play for. This is a team that is trying to set up its 2021 season. This is the culmination of the season for Cincinnati. Georgia's really been going through spring practice for these last few weeks, and the results have been pretty good so far. When you look at the way Georgia's scoring with such ease, that's the scary part for everybody. And since Cincinnati is a good team, they are a team that can beat Georgia. They are not a team that was deserving of being in the playoff. They totally are deserving of being in the New Year's Six. In fact, if they were not in the New Year's Six, there'd be something wrong. They're definitely good enough. And you're talking about a challenge for Cincinnati. I mean, you look at their season so far, a 25-point win over Austin Peay, a 14-point win over Army, 21 points over South Florida, a very lopsided win over at SMU, a 39-point beating of Memphis, a 28-point win over Houston, a very lopsided win over East Carolina, and then a tight win, but a win over UCF, and then a tight win, but a win over Tulsa. So the games that they played, the better teams in that level of football, UCF and Tulsa, they had tight wins over those teams. But if you watch Cincinnati play, they really can score. I mean, 55, 42, 49, 38, 55, 36. That's a lot of points. Georgia lately has really scored. So I don't know, Cincinnati's defense too, I think only one team scored over 30 on them this year. So we'll see what happens here. This is a Georgia team that's exploded lately. And this could be the final time you see a lot of players. And some guys you might not see at all. We don't know about the opt-outs yet. That's something that is hard to know, even running up to the game. But there's not a lot of time between now and when this game is kicked off. You're talking about basically 10 days, 11 days. So that this game isn't played in Atlanta will give a lot of Georgia fans a chance to go to the game. That it's on New Year's gives a lot of Georgia fans a chance to go to this game. That it's in Atlanta gives people a lot of chances to go to this game. So I'm not sure how this could have worked out better for Georgia. Yes, the Cotton Bowl would have been interesting, but in Dallas, a couple of days before a holiday, in between holidays, that'd have been tougher. But for Georgia, that they get a chance to play basically at home in Atlanta. No offense, Georgia Tech. We know what kind of city Atlanta is, and it's for the dogs. That they get to play at home in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz. This is going to be the fifth straight year that Kirby will play a game a game in Atlanta that has nothing to do with Georgia Tech. They're just Georgia playing in Atlanta. So 16 against North Carolina, 17 obviously winning against Auburn in the SEC championship game, and then returning a month later to play Alabama in the national championship game. You have the 18 SEC championship game, the 19 SEC championship game, and now the 2021 Peach Bowl. So 5 years in a row, and if I'm betting right now, it will be 6 years with Georgia probably winning the SEC East in 21. You need to be in Atlanta, and you need to be in Atlanta as much as you can. So playing in the Peach gives you an opportunity to really have more exposure. I spoke with Gary Stokan, the CEO of the Peach Bowl, earlier this week, and he's really fun to talk to, quite frankly. And the cross-section of business and sport and his understanding of what kind of brand Georgia is. I mean, the Peach Bowl has had better and better team, top 10 matchups, more and more and more. But having Georgia, like 2 years ago, they had Florida. Last year, they had LSU. I mean, they're getting bigger and bigger brands. This is a great moment and opportunity for the Peach Bowl. We don't know what's going to happen in the near future as it relates to playoff expansion. But it sounds to me like that's coming on down the pipe. How quick? I don't know. I think in 2021 it's going to be a little early. I would not be surprised in 22. So we'll just see. But the Peach has positioned itself in a way that they are becoming as important as the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. I think they're on par at this stage with the Cotton. And I got nothing but really good things to say about the Rose and the Sugar. I've covered those games. Those are wonderful sporting events. The Peach Bowl, though, is first class, and they're giving Georgia an opportunity in front of millions of people on New Year's Day to play a game that matters a lot moving forward, in a way that you can celebrate Georgia's seniors who never got that opportunity in Athens. It's a great chance for Georgia to shine on New Year's Day in Atlanta, no less. Take a look. Speaking of shining in Atlanta, you've got Brock Vandergriff and company who will play in a state championship a couple of days later, just down the street at Georgia State. Take a look at these highlights. We've got you almost up to date with Brock for the season. Check those out. We'll see you on the website. Thanks for watching. Dogpost.com.